From record-breaking heat waves and devastating floods to vanishing glaciers and raging wildfires, our planet is sending distress signals. Scientists around the world agree. We are in the midst of a climate crisis, and the causes are deeply human. For the past 150 years, we've burned fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas at an unprecedented rate, releasing vast amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, especially carbon dioxide. Let's start with how we move ourselves and our goods. Planes, ships, trucks, and cars are massive emitters of carbon dioxide, especially in countries like the United States, where transportation is the #1 source of emissions. Passenger vehicles alone emit about 4.6 metric tons of CO2 per year. But it's trucks that pack the biggest punch, just 4% of vehicles, yet responsible for 23% of emissions from the sector. We have the tools to change this. Zero-emission electric vehicles, sustainable fuels, and investments in reliable public transportation can drastically reduce our transport footprint. Nearly 60% of U.S. electricity still comes from burning coal, oil, and gas, releasing carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide into the air. This legacy of fossil fuel dependence makes electricity generation one of the biggest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions. But change is on the horizon. Wind and solar power are growing fast, offering a cleaner, more sustainable path forward. Behind every product we use, from the steel in skyscrapers to the paper we print, are emissions from industrial processes. In 2020, the industrial sector was responsible for 24% of U.S. emissions. Much of this comes from producing materials like cement, steel, chemicals, and plastics. Outdated technologies and leaky equipment further worsen the problem, releasing not just CO2, but toxic air pollution. Solutions? Smarter, more efficient production methods, stricter pollution regulations, and most importantly, rethinking our culture of consumption and waste. Modern industrial agriculture feeds billions, but at a high environmental cost. It's responsible for 11% of U.S. emissions, largely from nitrous oxide in fertilizers and methane from livestock. Chemical fertilizers and yield-obsessed farming degrade soil and disrupt natural carbon cycles. But sustainable alternatives exist. Indigenous farmers and regenerative agriculture techniques are proving we can grow food while healing the land. The solution lies not just in what we grow, but how we grow it. The causes of climate change are clear, and so are the solutions.